Hello, everybody out there in the World Wide Web, Webernet, Internet, whatever you want to call it. My name is Kurtis, and I'm here with Clover Press, and I want to take a look at a few of the books that we are publishing in the month of March. I know we're halfway through March already, but we've got our releases already out, and some of them are in this box. I'm going to cut open that box in a little bit and we'll take a look what's inside. But I'll show you this one that I already have out of a box because I got it a few weeks ago. Dick Tracy, the complete Dick Tracy Volume 6. And this is by Chester Gould. It's an old comic strip. And this particular volume has the years 1939 to 1941. Not the complete years because there's overlaps in the volumes because they break we're breaking them up where the storylines end, not where the year ends, because sometimes in December, right in the middle of the story. So um, we are breaking it like this. And let's see here. This is Jerome and Mama. These are two of the characters you see in this book. A lot of colorful characters. Let's take a look at the inside here. As you can tell, all black and white. Some expert cartooning from Chester Gould. And Dick Tracy, in case you don't know anything about Dick Tracy, he's a detective and he solves crimes and finds missing people and stops robberies and all this kind of stuff. And the one of the main draws of the series is that his villains are larger than life. A lot of these characters are people compare it to Batman's Rogues Gallery, who are very unusual characters as well. So there you go. This is volume 6, and Clover Press has now published volumes 1 through 6 at this larger size. They were originally published at a much smaller size. We've republished them larger size to match the subsequent volumes 7 to 29. Can you believe it? And that collects all of Chester Gould's Dick Tracy in 29 volumes that are all of this size. That's a lot. We do have some plans for some Dick Tracy after like coming up. I don't think I'm allowed to say exactly what is involved there, but um, but yeah, we'll be able to tell you pretty soon. I think we have some plans in the works. I got some comments here. Thanks, Facebook user. Those books are beautiful, and thank you very much. Yeah, they are very good. Dean Mullaney from the Library of American Comics is the guy who has designed the cover for this, and the printing. You want to see under the dust jacket? It's got a nice foil stamp as well, silver on the spine. Very cool, and it's a fabric. It's a cloth cover with this little bit of a stamp there. That's kind of cool. Um, there's the end papers and yeah, really nice stuff. And it's exciting. This is exciting just to sit down and read a whole bunch of it and just get absorbed in the drama. Every single strip full of drama. Okay, let's see here. Now it's time to open up this box here because we have a couple of new releases that are already in stores. And let's see here. There's 3 books in here, but there's only 2 books that are available, and one's an older one. And I'll explain that in a second because it'll become very obvious. What is this one comment here? Dean needs a pay raise. I'm sure Dean would tell you yes, definitely. But yeah, he's great. An excellent designer and loves those old comic strips. Absolutely loves them. This package is from Clover Press. They always take a lot of care in putting these books together. Oh, there's one in here that I was not expecting. So there we go. Um, oh, in fact, there's a few here that I was not expecting. Let's start with the ones that I was not expecting. This one here, this is called Cassidy's Secret. And let's see, by Charles Holland and Antonio Fuso. And Charles Holland is writer executive producer of the Black Lightning TV series. Um, and Antonio Fuso was the co-creator of Wired, another comic called Wired. Now, this is a story about a lawyer who is specifically a lawyer for superheroes, and um, so those are her clients, because superheroes get in a bunch of trouble all the time with property damage or battery charges or whatever, and so she has to um, be the support for these people who don't. Oh, there's some not safe for work stuff in here that probably shouldn't be showing on a live stream. Um, Cool art style though. If you like the stuff of let's see, like Michael Lark and um Alex Malev, then you might like this style as well. I feel like it's very Michael Lark, who did the Alias comic for Marvel. It's very similar in that. And the color palette, they really go for kind of a washed out monochromatic blues. Reds and blues. You can see a lot of red in here to kind of make it purple, as you can see from the cover. But yeah, it's a fun story. Very cool. 4 issues collected into one, and that's that. That's Cassie's Secret, already out. That's an old release, but they must have stuck it in the package for me. That's kind of cool. Um, oh, another one I was not expecting is this one here, Kabumpo of Oz. Now, uh, Clover Press has published some prose novels, including The Great Gatsby. Um, and a previous Wizard of Oz book, The Royal Book of Oz, and then this is the follow-up. These are the Royal Book of Oz was the first Wizard of Oz book that was not written by the creator Frank L. Baum, instead written by Ruth Plumley Thompson. And so this is a nice package. It's got a nice gold stamp on it, and it's got some new illustrations from Sarah Richard, who does the insides here. And I believe will find some of her illustrations on the inside as well. But it's the whole book, unabridged. Oh, some maps. Very nice. And this book is coming out in April, so we're a little ahead of the schedule. There are some other pictures in here. I just can't see them. There's one of them. So if you know these stories, these are some of the new characters that they've introduced in this book right here. Of course, we'll also see some of the old favorites like Scarecrow, but a lot of the Oz books go beyond the characters that we know from the main movie. So that's cool. I haven't read this book before, so it'll be nice to check that out. Okay, so the ones that I actually knew about. This comic called Gray. We published the first volume a couple years ago, and now the second volume is out, and it's by author Arvind Ethan David, with artwork from Eugenia Kumaki and Diana Greenhalgh. I believe that's how you pronounce their names. I'm sorry if I've mispronounced that, but and Aaron Weisenheld does the cover for this one, and this says it's inspired by Oscar Wilde's The Picture of Dorian Gray. So if you know that story a about a painting, an enchanted painting that has trapped the life of a person inside, it causes them to when they sorry, I'm not explaining it very well. When the painting gets man, I don't even know what I'm saying here. Um, as the person gets younger, the painting gets older. Is that how it works? I haven't read this yet, so I'm just going to show you a few of the pages because the artwork is really really nice, and it's kind of a supernatural story um, with some brilliant colors. Some also not safe for work images in here, so I need to make sure that what I'm showing you. Sorry, I didn't explain Dorian Gray very well. The guy lives forever. He's immortal because he's trapped his age in the painting. I believe that's how it works, right? And I think that's what this one deals with as well as an immortal being. Whoops, there's some of that not safe for work stuff. So that's the old volume, volume one, and volume two is just coming out now. Very nice cover. Nice vibrant colors. Very, whoops, can't show you that. I love the cross between cartoony and realistic in the artwork. The very bold, dynamic shading, and man, uh, so I've read some of this volume, believe it or not, without having read the first one, and it goes into some really creepy territory. So there's a lot of just supernatural crime and that kind of stuff. So very, very weird stuff. Um, I think it just went blind. I'm not sure what that comment is referring to, but there you go. So there's volume one and volume two. This is the complete story right here. You can order them both off of cloverpress.com and or sorry, not .com, cloverpress.ca. I'm making a lot of mistakes in this live stream. Anyway, last book. This one is called Project MK Ultra: Sex, Drugs, and the CIA by Stuart Kenneth Moore, adapted from a screenplay by Brendan Beckner and Scott Sempilla. And so if you don't know what MK Ultra is, it's it's an actual uh, conspiracy that apparently the CIA was doing drug experiments when LSD was kind of becoming a thing, um, doing experiments on people, normal civilians, to see how susceptible they were to influence when they were um, under the influence of LSD. And it was a big deal, and it was a big scandal, and apparently they've tried to sweep it under the rug, pretend it doesn't exist and stuff like that. And so the Brendan Beckner and Scott Sempilla wrote a movie about it. And instead of making it a movie, they turned it into a graphic novel, and it's by Stuart Kenneth Moore, who is a European creator who's done a lot of work with like 2000 AD and Judge Dredd and that kind of stuff. He's got a very interesting, weird style, and perfect because he fully embraces the hallucinations, the LSD hallucinations, and there's just some really bizarre stuff in here. Um, and the story itself is quite fascinating. It's just you just can't believe that a lot of this actually happened, and um, there you can tell a lot of trying to imagine what it's like to be on LSD and tripping all the time, and so there's a lot of that type of artwork in here. Very strange. So let me see if I can find one of my favorite pages because it is just weird. Oh yeah, even the first couple of of pages, he just goes pretty nuts with a lot of the just the out there bizarre nature of the hallucinations. Um, he also has fun with lettering. I really appreciate his lettering in this one. Let's see if I can find some of it. Where is that guy? Oh yeah. Well, this isn't what I was talking about, but there's some more of his hallucinations. Printed on nice slick paper, and it's showing off the shine of my lamp that I have here. But it really, I think the slick paper is important for this book because you want the shininess of the images to kind of jump off the page. You don't want the ink soaking into this and muting the colors because a lot of the time the colors is what really helps sell the book. So This guy right here is hallucinating, and he starts to see himself in a mirror, starting to trip out. It's just there you go. Ah, Phil says, "I remember the '60s looking exactly like that." Oh, boy. Yeah. Um, can't speak from experience for myself because, first of all, I was not born in the '60s and I've never done LSD, so I can't say that this is accurate, but, uh, if I were to imagine that this is what it's like, then this is what it would be like. Ah, some pretty cool stuff. So this was a thick book. I don't know how many pages it is. It's probably like looks like maybe 400 pages or so, something like that. It comes with a bookmark so that you can read a little bit at a time and keep your place. Weren't the band The Doors involved in MK? I don't know. I don't remember. I don't think that they're mentioned in this book, although I haven't finished it. I've only read about half of it so far. Um, but now that I have it in person, I'll be able to finish the other half. So that's kind of nice. Um, if they are, that would make sense, I guess. Okay, so that's our those are our new releases for the month of March. Project MK Ultra, Sex, Drugs, and the CIA. This is the complete edition. We originally published it in two volumes, but this is the all-in-one volume. And then we have Gray, Volume 1 and 2. Sorry, Volume 2 is the one that's out now that just came out. Volume 1 came out a few years ago. And in an oversized hardcover, so that's pretty nice package right there. And also Dick Tracy, Volume 6. So there's plenty of variety. I'm sure that not all these books are for everybody, so you can pick and choose what you're interested in, and the selection is there. If you like literature in the traditional sense, then you can pick up this book as well, Kabumpo of Oz, which will be out in April. And yeah, there we go. Thanks for watching, everybody. Appreciate your comments. Appreciate you watching this, and thanks for your support. You can check out our Kickstarter if you just search for Clover Press on Kickstarter, you can find a book called Woman and Man Plus. It's a new surrealist underground comic type of a graphic novel by Craig Yo. If you don't know Craig Yo, he's a huge fan of old comics. He has a company called Yo Books, and what they do is they take old public domain comics usually, and does some restoration and packages them all up into nice, brilliant, beautiful packages. Um, so let me see here. He did a great book on Dick Briefer's Frankenstein. That's one of my favorites. And for Clover Press, he's done a couple of books, including one that collects a whole bunch of Golden Age pirate comics. And then this book that we're publishing through Kickstarter now, Man and Woman Plus, is his own work. He's actually drawing the whole thing, and it's a surreal autobiography, and it just looks so weird. So it's again not for everybody. Might be for people who like MK Ultra because it's kind of up that alley. So anyway, I'll be back in April to talk about the books that we are releasing in April, including the next volume of Terry and the Pirates, the Master Collection. And so stay tuned for that. And in the meantime, I hope everybody has a great week. See you later.